What's going on, man? Another video, which means I have more free picks for you. And in today's video, I have 3 free MLB picks and 3 free WNBA picks for the games on Friday, so 6 total. I like each one of them a ton. All I ask before I jump straight into it, though, is number 1, go down and leave a like. Let's get this video to 50 likes. It's free to do, and it helps me out a ton. And while you're down there, you might as well subscribe as well so you don't miss any videos like this going forward. So go do that. I'd really appreciate it. And now we can jump straight into the video. And what you're seeing on the screen right here is the opportunity for you to get 4 full weeks of all of my plays for the price of just 1. Usually it's $50 per week, but right now, if you spend that same amount, you're going to be able to get 4 full weeks. It's the best promo that I offer. Last video, I opened up 5 slots. They sold out in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to open up 5 more slots for this video as well. So if you're watching this, go hit the link, see if there's any open. They'll probably sell out pretty fast, so hit the link, try to get in while you can. I mean, it's one of the best deals. You're basically getting 3 weeks free. You're buying 1 week, I'm giving you 3 more weeks on top of that for completely free. It's a no-brainer in my opinion, especially when you consider that when you look at what we've done so far this year, I haven't updated July yet, but on the year, we're up over 200 units. In June, we went up over 30 units. July's will be listed here when July's over, and you'll be able to see those results. But we're going to go up 20 units once again in July. I mean, it's a no-brainer, especially when you can get it right now for just $50 for a full month, a full 4 weeks. In my opinion, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. So go click the first link down below, get in here before they're gone, and while you're at it, you might as well get in the free Discord as well, because in the free Discord, I also send out free plays like this one, and like this one every single day for you. Free 2-leg, 3-leg parlays, sometimes 2 or 3 straights. It just depends on the day. So get in the free Discord, get yourself a month with 3 weeks free of it. It's a no-brainer. First link down below. And now we can get into the first pick of the video, which is going to be Nick Curts to go over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's over this mark in 4 of his last 5, averaging 3.8 per game. He's over in 9 of his last 10, averaging 4 per game. And he's also over in 14 of his last 20, averaging 3.3 per game. So the hit rate, it's outstanding. It's exactly what you want to see. And the averages to go along with that are exactly what you want to see. He's averaging over 3 in his last 5, 10, and 20. And his line is at 1.5. This line should easily be at 2.5 in my opinion. So to be able to get it at 1.5 is a great deal, especially when you consider the Athletics tomorrow, let's see, are going to be facing, where they at? They're going to be facing Ryan Gusto, who isn't just absolutely terrible, but he's not very good either. He does have a solid record, but that's mainly due to the Astros hitting the ball well. When it comes to his ERA, it's over 4, which isn't the greatest. His whip is terrible at 1.42, and when you combine all this together, it really makes me like this pick even more. I think Ryan Gusto should mess up a few times, and if that happens, Nick Curts should be able to get himself an RBI or a hit earlier on in the game, and as long as he can get 1 more by the end, it cashes us out, and that's why I like this pick so much. So that's my first pick. Now for my second pick, we're going to bounce over to the WNBA, and we're going to be taking Breanna Stewart here to go over 3.5 assists. She's over this mark 4 straight games now, averaging 5 assists per game. She's over in 8 of her last 10, almost averaging 5 per game, averaging 4.7 per game. And she's over in 13 of her last 20. So in her last 5, 10, and 20, she's consistently been going over this mark. That's the first thing that I noticed, and that's the first reason why I liked it. But then to top that off, against Phoenix, she's played them twice this season, and in her most recent matchup, she went over this mark with 4, and overall, head-to-head in the last 2 years, she's over this mark in 3 of her last 5, averaging 3.8 assists per game, which obviously is over this 3.5 mark. So that goes along with the hit rate here of why I like this pick so much. Great hit rate, great head-to-head, and Phoenix allows the 7th most assists in the entire WNBA. So not only is it a great matchup when you look at how many assists they allow, but it's also a great matchup head-to-head and with the hit rate. So I'm taking this all day long. That's my second pick. Now for my third pick, we're going to be taking Xander Bogaerts here, and we're going to be taking him at plus 100 to go over his hits, runs, and RBIs at this line of 1.5. He's over this mark in 3 of his last 5, averaging 2.4 per game. He's over in 7 of his last 10, averaging 2.3 per game. and he's over in 12 of his last 20, averaging over 2 per game still. So like the first 2 picks, he has consistently been going over this mark week in and week out for the most part. But then, to add on top of that, you always got to look at the matchup, and the Padres on Friday are going to be playing, where's their game at? The Cardinals, and the Cardinals are going to be pitching a guy that hasn't had a ton of success this season. He's 5-7 overall with over a 5 ERA and a whip of 1.3. So there is no doubt in my mind that he's going to come in here. He's probably going to struggle against the Padres like he has all season. And if that's the case, it is a great matchup for Xander to be able to go over this mark. And that's why I ultimately decided to lock it in. So that's my third pick, my second MLB pick. Now for my fourth pick and my second WNBA pick, we're going to take one that, in my opinion, was a no-brainer. We're taking Sabally here to go over 1.5 3-pointers made. She's gone over this mark now in 4 of her last 5, averaging 3 threes per game, which is just ridiculous. She's over in 7 of her last 10, averaging 2.5 threes per game, which is still pretty ridiculous. And she's still over this mark in 12 of her last 20, averaging over 2 per game. So that right there already looks good. But the main reason why I like this is she's going to be playing the New York Liberty. And the New York Liberty are obviously a really good team, and they're good at most things. But when it comes to 3-pointers allowed, they actually allow the 10th most in the entire WNBA. There's only 13 teams, so this is a perfect matchup for Sabally to go over this mark. She's going to be able to get a ton of shots up, and as long as she can make 2 of them, she'll cash us out, and that's why this pick makes a ton of sense. Great hit rate, great matchup here, and that's why I think we have an edge. So that's my fourth pick. Now, real quick, before I give you my last 2 picks of the video that I like the absolute most, I do want to remind you once again, if you go click the first link down below in the description, you're going to be able to get 4 full weeks of all of my plays for the price of just 1. It's usually $50 per week, but right now, if you go spend that same amount, you spend $50, you're going to get 4 weeks. So it's basically buy 1 week, get 3 weeks free. It's one of the best promos that I do every single year. Like I already showed you earlier, we're up over 200 units on the year. We went up over 30 units in June. We're up over 20 units in July. Probably going to go up over 30 by the end of the month. And that right there should be enough proof for you to want to get in here and get access to my best stuff every single day. But on top of that, if you also want some free plays, you can just join the free Discord. It's going to be linked down below as well. I send out 1 to 2 free plays every single day in here. I think we're on an 8-6 run on these free plays, and most of them are plus money. So we're super profitable. Get in the free Discord, get your free plays, but most importantly, get in the premium while this deal is still available. There's only 5 slots. It's going to sell out fast. You're getting a heck of a deal, especially for somebody that has made the amount of units that I have this year. So go get in. I promise you it's worth it. And now we can get into my last 2 picks of the video, with the first one being Jackson Holliday to have a single hit. He's over this mark now in 5 straight games, averaging 1.4 hits per game, which is exactly what we want to see. He's over this mark in 8 of his last 10, averaging a hit per game. And he's over in 15 of his last 20, once again averaging over a hit per game. So the hit rate's outstanding. He gets a hit in most games that he plays in. And then when you consider the fact that the Orioles are going to be playing the Rockies, man. The Rockies not only have bad starters like this guy Kyle Freeland here who's going to be pitching, but they also don't have a great bullpen. And when you combine both of those things together, there is simply just no way, in my personal opinion, that Jackson Holliday goes in here against the Rockies and doesn't at least get himself a single hit in 3 or 4 plate appearances. So I'm locking this one all day in. We have basically a perfect matchup with a great hit rate. So right there, it's this pick to me is a great parlay topper to add some juice to whatever parlay you want to run. That's my third MLB pick. Now, moving on to my last pick of the video, we're going to be taking Arike here to go over 2.5 assists, and this one is also pretty straightforward. She's over in 4 of her last 5, averaging 3.6 assists per game. She's over in 8 of her last 10, averaging 4 assists per game. And she's also over in 16 of her last 20, once again, averaging 4 assists per game. So this 2.5 line is a little bit too low. I honestly wouldn't be surprised at all if it gets bumped up to 3.5. So if you can, go get this at 2.5 while it's still available. And then, just to make this pick a little bit better than it already is, head-to-head against the team that she's playing against, she already played them once this season, and in that matchup, she had 6 assists. So it's a no-brainer here to take the over. Great hit rate. She went over in their last matchup. I think she's going to go over again. That's my last pick. I like them all. Go lock them in. And until next time, let's all go print some money.